Hi, I'm Jeremy Kirk, Executive Editor with Information Security Media Group. I'm speaking today with Damien Smith, who's Cyber Defense Transition Leader for ANZ Bank. Thank you very much for joining us,
Thanks,
Damien.
Jeremy.
So ANZ has embarked on a pretty ambitious data science and machine learning program to detect APTs. Can you tell me a little bit about how that's structured?
Sure, so what we've done is we've created a big data platform, and we're bringing in large amounts of network transactions into that database. Every individual network transaction is assigned a probability of maliciousness. Now, an individual transaction is going to have a very low probability, but when we start chaining those transactions together, that's when we start seeing a higher likelihood that some of those transactions are malicious, particularly if they're transactions we haven't seen before. Building on the back of that, we're starting to expand the platform to bring in a whole series of extra data to look for greater numbers of anomalies.
And so one issue that a lot of organizations struggle with too is the signal to noise ratio. What are some of the ideas that ANZ has around ensuring that the signal that you get is the one you should respond to?
It's a really big challenge, and I wouldn't say we've cracked it, but we're certainly doing a lot of work to try and fix it. It's really about making sure that our analysts in our Security Operations Centre are not overwhelmed by so many alerts. We want to make sure that the alerts they do get are small but very accurate. One of the things that's really important is the quality of the underlying data. And so we've invested a lot of time in trying to get firstly our network data and now lots of our other data as accurate and as complete as possible, because the level of quality of your analytics will always be constrained by the quality of data that you're putting into the model.
And also there's a lot of importance around being able to take like a sort of single anomalous event and being able to connect that to other events to find patterns. How are you approaching that problem?
Yeah, that's something that we've done a lot of thinking about and brought a lot of different types of data into the platform to try and solve. We see there's two different types of I guess, correlation types. The first one is where you take lots of small events that may be slightly unusual but not worth investigating in their own right, but when you put them together, you start to see something that's a lot more important. The other type of correlation is where you expect to see a correlation, but there isn't one there. So an example might be, for me personally, I'm in Singapore this week. So I'm logging on from Singapore, which is unusual because I don't live in Singapore. However, if my staff pass, the data from the staff pass said that I've been accessing a building in Melbourne, well, that's an unusual occurrence. You wouldn't expect to see that sort of correlation. So that's the kind of thing we would want to investigate.
And can you tell me a little bit about how you've restructured the staff then to be able to respond to events? Because when you retool the data sources and the analysis, you have to train your staff differently. Can you tell me a little bit about how the staff is structured?
Yeah, it's interesting actually seeing the way that our security operations team have really embraced behavioural analytics. And when we started the journey, we were expecting to see particular types of queries we were looking at, but we're now seeing the team are starting to really look into the way the adversaries think and try and model their behaviour. We've also got a team that's really they're a customer, the Security Operations Centre are the customer of the platform. The people working the platform are trying to give really good, high quality piece of information for them. So it's been really important that the team work in the platform. We've had to build up our data science capability, our data engineering capability, as well as making sure that there's an enormous amount of work to do, and to really make sure that the team is staying agile, they're working closely together and are very attuned to the threats that we're trying to solve.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your insights.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you. I've been speaking with Damien Smith, Cyber Defense Transition Leader for ANZ Bank. For Information Security Media Group, I'm Jeremy Kirk.